Hello everyone, welcome back to Agri Farming. Today we are back with how to grow organic peas in containers. Pea plants are one of the easiest vegetables to grow in containers. The peas are grown quickly and don't need much attention. However, pea plants do need full sunlight and the soil needs to be kept moist, which can be more difficult when plants are growing in the container garden. Pea plants are the perfect vegetable to grow in container garden. Today, we will be discussing the step-by-step guide on how to grow organic peas in containers. Now, let's see different varieties of peas. The first is garden or English pea. Garden or English pea plants are the most common variety of pea plants. The plants are grown for their pods, which are then shelled to release the plump peas inside. Depending on the plant variety, they have a moderate to increased sweet taste. Plant cultivars such as Tom Thumb, Little Marvel, and Early Frost are particularly suited to container gardens. The next type of variety is snow peas. Snow peas are also sweet but also small. The pods of snow peas are edible. Snow peas are used in soups, salads, or stir fries. The next type of variety is sugar snap pea. Sugar snap pea plants are a cross between the first two plant varieties. The versatile variety, they can be shelled or used in their pots. The cultivar Oregon sugar pots does well in container gardens. Now, let's get into organic soil preparation for growing peas in container. Pea plants grow best at pH of 6.5. If the pH level is less than 5.5, liming is essential. Healthy soil is the basis of growing organic peas. For container gardeners, an average potting soil amend with perlite will work fine for growing pea plants. Organic gardening begins with the soil. You should create a rich and healthy environment full of micronutrients and beneficial bugs and insects so plants can grow without the need for pesticides or chemical fertilizers. Think of the soil as a living entity that you have to feed so that it can maintain life sources. To create healthy soil, you need organic matter like cow or chicken manure, dried plant matter such as leaves or grasses, and decomposing green matter like previous crop that you dig under the soil and bury. The organic matter breaks down to create healthy and nutrient-rich soil. Plants grow best when temperature levels are between 15 to 23 degrees Celsius. Each spring season, mix plenty of organic compost into your garden area. Now, let's see choosing containers for growing organic peas. As with all container gardening tips, selecting the right pot and gardening container will increase your chances of successfully growing peas in containers. When planting peas in containers, remember pea plants only have a shallow root system. Then, this means that when you grow peas, they happily grow in moderately deep planters. While depth isn't a necessity, width is more important when you grow peas. This means that you can successfully grow pea plants in window boxes or trough. The variety of pea plants you select to grow will only have some influence on which pot you choose. Space of plants that is 3 to 5 inches apart and dwarf varieties can be planted at a depth of apart 6 inches. The size of the pot will mainly depend on type of peas and their varieties you are growing, or tall and large bushier varieties, select pots that are 8 to 12 inches deep. Maintain the spacing of about 3 to 5 inches between each plant. Ensure better drainage and promote airflow. Peas can be sown directly in containers or pots. Many climbing plant varieties require a trellis or other climbing structures for successful plant growth. So, it is crucial to add one to your pot. Place containers in partial shade and water regularly. Now, let's get into peas of organic growing peas in containers from seed. Growing peas from seed is easy and it requires a full step given below. The first step is sow pea seeds 1 or 2 inches apart in the seed mix or directly in the desired pots, an inch or 2 deep If pea seedlings don't transplant well, you can plant them when they are 4 to 5 inches tall. The second step is you can scatter the seeds briskly over the growing medium and later cover them with the soil with no more than 1-inch layer. The next step is water well to keep the soil moist but not wet. Keep the germinating pea seeds in part sun to full sun. The fourth step is pea seeds will germinate in a window of 7 to 30 days. It depends on the soil temperature. Temperatures above 15 degrees Celsius expedite the germination. The fifth step is you can also soak the pea seeds in water for 24 hours before sowing to speed up the germination process and pre-treat them with liquid seaweed for better growth. If you like, at the time of planting pea seeds, add legume inoculant in the soil and make a slurry with the inoculant and then mix with seeds. It increases the productivity and health of peas. Now, let's get into gardening tips for growing organic peas in containers. Pea plants grow best in well-drained soil rich in nitrogen and aged compost. Sow peas in raised beds in the spring season and where the soil is heavy and drains poorly. Peas are light feeders and don't require fertilizers. The next tip is for bush pea varieties, space rows about 2 feet apart. Plant climbing pea varieties in rows 3 feet apart or in double rows about 6 to 8 inches apart with a pea trellis for support. Allow 3 feet between each double row. A layer of compost worked into the soil at planting time will give plenty of nutrients, and mulching the surface of the soil will prevent moisture loss. Now, let's see organic fertilizers for growing peas in containers. For growing peas, you may prefer to use organic fertilizer such as well-rotted or dehydrated manure or bone meal. Spread 1 to 2 inch layer over your raised beds and work in the material. If you use local manure for pea plants, be sure it's well aged. Also, you can work in an organic fertilizer such as compost or well-rotted manure. Apply the organic matter by side dressing and do this twice during the growing period. Now, let's get into irrigation. Pea plants should be watered carefully once or twice weekly. Be sure that the top inch of soil has become dry between watering. Water the pea plants deeply and then allow any excess to drain freely. During flowering and pod production, the pea plants may need to be watered more frequently. Container-grown peas need a greater supply of water compared to garden-grown peas. When it comes to watering the plant, provide constantly moist potting soil that's never soggy. After the flowers begin to bloom, make sure you provide enough water for the plants to develop well. Now, let's see organic pest and disease control in growing organic peas in containers. The first type of disease is Fusarium wilt. You can control Fusarium wilt by watering in morning, and it's helpful to control Fusarium wilt in peas. Also, remove any affected plants immediately to keep wilt from spreading to others. The next type of pest is cutworms. Cutworms are a big problem for vegetable and flowers including peas. One method to get rid of cutworm is to pick them off by hands and destroy them. Another method is using Bacillus thuringiensis and also called BT. BT is a natural way to destroy many types of caterpillars and no harm to beneficial. The next type of pest is cabbage looper. You can control cabbage looper by hand picking, and eggs are dome-shaped, light green and are laid on underside of the plant, so remove the foliage which is affected. Now, let's get into how and when to harvest peas. Pods are ready to pick about 3 weeks after flowers appear. Pick daily to keep the plants productive. Favoring the cool temperatures of spring and early summer, they are one of the earliest crops to be harvested. Gardeners in cooler climates will be able to enjoy a supply of fresh peas throughout the year. Growing peas in container is a great addition to any container garden. As long as you remember to provide support and then water regularly, growing in container is largely trouble-free, low-maintenance solution. Hope you enjoyed the video. Please like and subscribe to this channel and please ring the bell button to notify you whenever new video is uploaded. Thank you for watching.